What up, what up, what up? Jen checking in. How you living? How you feel? What's poppin'? Keep it real, trill, y'all. So I said today, the best way to do this, seeing as how I have no space on my phone, and I'm constantly deleting, and first of all, I need a phone, but I said, well, the best way to keep track of stuff is just do a live, because guess what? I can get real feedback and things like that. So, I was watching a YouTube video of this. She's a producer director out of LA, Los Angeles, and I took some notes, right? And so I said, well, let's get started. Let's get it started. So she gave an assignment. I said, do the assignment, Jen. One step at a time. 10 minutes is a long time. So, gotta go to make strings about some things. And I really want what I want. You know, rest in peace, Dolly Parton. You know, I'm an 80s baby. So, of course, I grew up with Dolly, but not in that way. But I definitely know who she is. Not to, I got it. But I'm learning more things about her background and stuff like that. And so I'm like, wow. I woke up. I woke up this morning and poured a cup of ambition. Well, I had a cold ambition cup with some that sour sop in it, and all my vitamins, my minerals, and stuff like that. And then this has my sea moss in there. So it's my hot cup of ambition. But I said, well, what better way than to do it like this? It's like a stage play, quote unquote, but a live session. A lot of people do a lot of things behind the scenes and you never see it. But to be able to follow someone's journey, or me follow my own journey, just to look back and see, man, you came a long way. Like, I think that's like super important, right? Because we feel a lot of us that's up and coming actors or that's solidified, I'm pretty sure got hours of recorded material that from auditions and different things that the world probably never see, right? I went down to Atlanta to film something, and the young lady said, I did 9 auditions this morning. I'm gonna tell y'all about this here. So one, the closet door is supposed to be like that, but it came off the rails while my dad was alive, and we couldn't. He passed before we could get it back on there, and I did buy the thing, the track, and I got it up, but I could not get the doors on it, so I was like, whatever, took the track back, whatever. But my hope is to use this as a background. That's my goal. Just sit this chair in front of that, but this is not an audition, so I'm just. And if y'all have any critiques, opinions, any advice on at-home auditions, I will definitely take those and read over them and whatever like that. Feel free to send a message, but it's August. While it's the 8th month of August, is the first month of my next chapter of my life. My birthday was August the 15th. I am 42. So I am in the new year of my life, not calendar year. I'm in the new year of my life. And, I'm looking at things a little bit differently like that. You got January through December. That's great. But my life, as far as being on this earth, was August through August. August through July, I guess. I don't know. Well, no, because, yeah, August the 15th through August the 14th. Okay? That's my life, my bloodline. So I am going to pick one of these things she said do. And it's just pick a subject and go for 10 minutes. So I'm looking at the time. Try to start on the even number and go from there. I'm gonna talk about something happy like love. Yeah, I'm gonna do love. Love. So many people use your name in vain. Yeah. Love. Those who have faith in you sometimes go astray. Love. Through all the ups and downs, the joys and hurts. Love. Okay. Love. Well, you know what? I love me some gin. I do. I have to write it in my journal. You know, growing up as an 80s baby in a black household, and I have to say that, you know, I feel like as time goes on and we learn more about ourselves and love, I feel like I'm learning more about what self-love is or love is as a whole, period, to others. And this has been a journey of a lesson. I feel like discipline, how parents show love in a black household, I feel like it's through discipline. More so than saying, I love you or I'm proud of you. You know, I grew up with a grandmother who I feel like I did some great things growing up, but I know she loved me. It's just the words. I'm trying to remember as I'm sitting here thinking, I'm honestly trying to remember if she ever said I love you. My grandma passed at 94, so we believe. So, you know, and I say so we believe because and that at her time of coming up, birth certificates, different things like that, and then they didn't really believe in telling their age. Like, that's against the law. You ask somebody their age, excuse you? Like, you have committed a crime against humanity. But I'm trying to think, and you know, and I had a conversation with my father before he passed, and we had a real conversation about that. Capacity. You can only show what you've been shown until somebody shows you so that you can show someone else. And I feel like my grandmother, my grandparents, even on either side, didn't really come from that era of doing a whole lot of huggy. I like, okay, that's great kind of situation, you know. Me, I can remember when I first moved to Atlanta, right? And bless her heart, there was this little old lady. I ain't gonna say little old lady, but there was this older lady, and all she wanted was a hug. But I could not find it. I was new to Atlanta. I was new to the church. I was with my who I call now my ATL mom, and I just could not. I was trying so hard, but I just could not open up to, you know. And she was like, you know, she's new here, whatever like that. You know, she just give her time. And you know, time came when I joined the church around Christmas. That was my quote unquote Christmas present. And she turned around yet again. She had been doing it the whole year. Sometimes she just looked at me. She looked back like. Sometimes she like. And I like shake her hand. But yeah, I went on and gave her that hug, and it was, yeah. And that was hard, you know. My ATL mom, she was like, "Now you done come all the way to Atlanta from North Carolina. You gonna have to open up if you wanna make it. If you wanna come down here and do what you come down here to do." And I'm like, it's so hard. For real, because I hadn't been shown that. And you know, it's so crazy how I'm definitely not the only one. There are people, a lot of people out there that believe love comes through discipline or correction. Um, just you know, it's so many different levels to love. Outside of a hug or literally saying the words "I love you." Literally saying the words "I love you" for some people could be like doing this to them. Like they really struggle. And there's those like myself who it just wasn't a thing. My parents got divorced when I was 3, right? We was in a little apartment and things happened. Me and my mom moved out. My dad stayed in the apartment. And from there, it was like hell on wheels. There was moments of softness with my mom I can remember, such as I might have laid my head on her lap and she might have just rubbed my hair. Those were far and few moments. Far and few. And to grow up from the age of 3 to, oh gosh. Yeah, I lived with my mom all the way through high school. Then I went off to college. And I had a car accident, and I had to come back home. I got a job, and I probably was there for about let me think 2005, probably about 6 months to a year. And out of all that time, because I was only in college about a year and a half. I went to ECSU, biking Friday, baby, biking all my life. I can't remember me and my mom having too many exchanges of "I love you" either. Now me and my dad, oh my gosh. Now me and daddy, yeah. I love my dad. I miss my dad. May the 4th, look, may the 4th be with me forever. Baby Yoda, I love me some Baby Yoda. Dad solidified himself in my head as he passed on May the 4th. Loved him some Star Wars, and so do I. I got Baby Yoda everywhere. If you know me and we rock and we cool, then you know I love me some Baby Yoda. Dad, I remember that first time I went out to Atlanta. This is before the car accident. This was the week before the car accident. And my dad just hugged me so tight. He just hugged me so tight and told me that he loved me, that he cared, that he wished me the best. And I can remember right now, as I was backing up, and he slowly just walked down the driveway to the end. And he just watched. I could see him in the rearview mirror, standing at the edge of the driveway with his hands in his pocket, just watching me drive away. my dad, through church, through God, because I prayed so hard. I prayed for me and my dad's relationship. I wrote letters to God about me and my dad's relationship because when I couldn't understand, I asked God to help me understand why there was such a blockage between me and my dad. But it was, but it wasn't. He was there as much as he could be. He was there as much as he was given. And it wasn't until I came back home in 21, he had a mini stroke. It wasn't until I came back home and, I had been gone out here in this big old world around some amazing people, leaders and mentors and things, and something, I don't know what I was watching, whatever, but it was like, your parents can only give you what they've learned. There's a thing called capacity. My dad had to learn how to love a God type love. My dad was great at giving advice, encouragement to a certain degree, but as far as like accolades and things like that, the good jobs and stuff like that, he was good at sitting you down and having a good one-on-one talk. But I had something, I achieved something, I worked hard for it, and I was like, congratulations or anything? But then, upon his passing, I'm like, how many times did I say congratulations to my dad? Don't matter what it was for. I always celebrate his birthday, took him out or whatever like that. But how many times did I congratulate my dad for something or whatever, So I like my dad, and I'm still, because we only got this one life. This is all of our first time living this life. We wasn't born with some type of book and a plan on how to do this thing, right? So, as whatever we were given in them 9 months we was in the room, or however long you were in there baking, right? Whatever we got, that baked into our bloodstreams, our brains, and we came up with that. And then whatever was baked in, put in, coming up, up through our adolescence, our babying and all that stuff like that, that's what we start to put out as we get older. And then it's not until we get an adult, based on what was put into you as a baby, as an adolescent, a teenager, young adult. You start to put those things out, some sooner than others, because some unfortunately have to grow up a little bit faster than others. To unlearn, to learn new habits, new feelings, new emotions. I am still learning to love. I am still learning how to stay calm, cool, and collected, and speak out of love instead of getting all hype and all that. And I'll tell you, I'm doing a lot better than now. We ain't gonna lie, okay? But as I seek even more now than ever God's love, like my dad probably around I'll say probably around my age. probably around his late 30s, 40s, early 40s or something, is when he's, God started working with him more, like, and I feel like God is doing the same thing with me. Except I was able to go out. My dad didn't never move anywhere else. He never lived anywhere else besides Kinston. He didn't do too much of being around a higher level of thinking people outside of church. But I've been blessed to be able to be around different caliber of people that I could see myself. I see myself as. And I there's something that I want that I'm looking for, and I know love is the way. Like I said, Dolly Parton passing. I'm looking at all the comments and everything like that. Man, she led out of love. And I'm like, how do you do that? Like, how do you really, truly do it? God. Without people running over you and things like that. The God made love. The God made love. It's something I could feel. I was thinking about my dad when I woke up this morning. And I'm like, man, I wish I could send a text message to my dad. My dad loved me. Unquestionably, undoubtedly. There were things, I didn't understand. And you know how we are as the kids, might get upset with our parents about something. Because, why don't you understand? When it comes to love, I know the love. I know the concept of love, but how to really walk in it every day. And just, I got a lot more to learn. I love people. There's a difference between love and like. I got a lot more to learn about this thing called love. And as long as I continue to walk with God and let Him lead me, all of that will come together. This love, better than mothers, better than fathers. Yeah. I don't use the word love too lightly. If I tell you I love you, believe me, there's something you have done, said that says you are right. You're good with me. And I love you. That's my little spiel on love. I'm almost, this went more than 10 minutes, but it's okay. This was actually pretty helpful. So I love y'all. So that's easy. You know why? It's kind of like anytime you're doing a video or anything, because people can't say anything back. I mean, you can comment, you can, eh, 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 eh. in the comments and whatever we want to do, you know, whatever we want to do. So I am going to go ahead and end this, and hopefully for anybody out there that's looking to be an actor, this might have helped. Anything I do, especially if it's like this, it's not just for me, it's for we. So might encourage somebody else. I am a speaker, and I am an author, so it goes beyond even just acting. As a speaker, we are acting when we're on those stages and we're speaking. That is a stage play. You only get one time to do it. So I love you guys. Have a great rest of your day.